I was discombobulated. And, of course, I did what I always do. I yelled at Biggie. I said, Biggie, what? I don't have time.
The show is starting.
And it starts. It's on time. I mean, it starts. Boom.
Yeah, it's like a train in Europe.
It just goes.
It leaves when it's supposed to leave.
It's just going to leave. If I'm not on it, I'm not on it. And Biggie, right as I put my headphones on, it sounded like he said, "That's your fault, Hoss." And I said, "What?"
It was a rare moment of pure honesty from Biggie.
What?
And that's exactly what I said.
That's your fault, Hoss. What?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah.
What? Is that
My
is that? And then it was go time, and he just left me like that, saying, "Oh, it's your fault. That's it. We're doing something here." This reminded me of you, Biggie. We have information that has been taken care of for us for a long time by the business associates here in the building.
It's a bookkeeping thing.
It's a bookkeeping.
Oh, I know this.
That's all it is. It's bookkeeping.
I knew when this came down.
Oh my!
I knew this was. I had rumblings.
You heard rumblings.
Sometimes I try to protect y'all for things for as long as possible, but I heard rumblings this was coming.
Well, sir.
Well, you protected us as long as you could.
Here's what happened. There's bookkeeping things, like any office has, of course. There's bookkeeping items that now, how long have I worked here? 29 years. Okay, yeah. I've worked here 29 years. And as long as from that time, it has been taken care of by
one aspect.
That's right. It's just a part of your payment, and part of it is taken care of through a computer by somebody else, and it just winds up on your paycheck. Well, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago, we were on vacation a week ago, an email comes that says, "Oh, now employees will have to start entering this into our database." Paytown, which Chris, Demm, and I don't like Paytown.
No, you don't.
That's where you enter your vacation. It used to be too. Used to be, if you went on vacation, you just tell your boss, "Hey man, I'm taking the 4th off." All right, have a good time.
And he or she would just write it on the desk calendar on paper.
They're off this week. He's off. That's just how it was done.
Kelly is taking Friday off.
Okay.
That's right.
And that would be on the boss's calendar.
Right. Well, little by little, of course. Oh, now you have to enter this. Mm-hmm. You have to write it. And all these things. You have to go to paytown.com and enter it.
And you can't just go to Paytown, because if you haven't visited Paytown in a while, you have to prove you belong in Paytown.
That's right.
You have to put in a code.
That's right.
And they'll make you change your password. Oh, you haven't been here in a while. Change your password, newbie. But I'm me.
I promise.
Tough tit, noob.
Are you?
But it's me. Is it?
It's so corporate. Are you sure you're you? Yeah. Yes, I am. Oh, yeah.
Prove it by changing your password.
All right. Love to prove that, wouldn't you? That you're you. First of all, how many of these blocks have stoplights in them?
I can't tell that one's on the edge. It looks like it's there, but it could not be. I can't tell.
So for vacation and for little extra things, you got to go to Paytown now. All right, fine. Vacations a couple of times a year. No big deal. We learned it. Yes, every time we visit Paytown, they do make you go through that hoop of, "Oh, yeah, you haven't been here in a while." All of that. Well, this email comes out, from now on, you're going to have to enter a bunch of stuff into Paytown. It's a little extra stuff that we do that used to be just taken care of by billing and payroll. Others, you just never worried about it. It's like, hey, here it is. It's done. Well, that email comes out. Well, my hackles get up a minute. I was like, hold on. So I wrote back to Ricky, who's in charge, and new guy Barry, who's a nice guy, okay? A nice guy. I like Barry a lot, but since he's come, he's riling things up. He just started it.
Oh, he's shaking the case.
He's shaking. That's right. He just started it.
I don't know how to tell you all this, but for years and years, you've just been surrounded by yes men.
I guess that's what it is.
I protect a lot of you all from a lot of it. Like, I cut it off at the pass a lot. I'll say, you know what? Don't even try this. You know how they're going to be. Just let me handle it. Or, let's just keep things the way they are. Normally, I can block and keep this from you, but I knew this was coming, and I thought to myself, see, what it is there's new people now.
Barry.
Yeah, Barry's new. There's other new people who don't know that I used to cut things off at the pass and just say, just don't change it. Change it for everyone else but those two.
Them.
I've said that. Yeah. Change it for everyone else. Just leave them off the emails. That's right. Keep it as it is. Well, please do this.
Leave the grandpas alone.
I was laying on the beach looking at my email. They tried to sneak it in while we were gone. And I was laying on the beach checking my email on the phone. And it says, hey, we're changing everything. You're going to have to start entering this at Paytown every week, every month, whatever it might be. And that's a lot of entering. All right. You're entering a lot of stuff. So immediately, I said, this is troubling.
I can't do this right now.
Well, I wrote back. Ricky's in charge and Barry's his little henchman. So I wrote back to Ricky and Barry. I said,
I've had a few White Claws, but what I'm seeing.
I said, what does this mean to me? And they wrote back and said, nothing's going to change for you. Everything will be just as it is. So I turned to my wife and I said, whew, just dodged a bullet. Looked like I was going to have to start entering stuff on Paytown. Thank goodness I'm not. Well, then we come back from vacation. Yesterday was the first day back. And they send out another email saying, everything's changing.
Starting now.
And I write back and I say, you told me nothing was changing. Yeah, we didn't want to bother you on vacation. Yeah, everything's changing. You have to go in. You have to type all this stuff up. I said, but we've never. Too bad.
Too bad.
And do you know what? I asked the question. I said, why are we doing this? And do you know the answer I got? Policy.
Policy.
Which is not
That's right.
what you've ever heard before.
Policy. Oh, really? It's policy now. New policy that you have to enter a lot of stuff. So now when you go into Paytown, we're going to go through all that. Way more than we ever have before. And it was distressing to me that we have to do this.
Well, I got the news yesterday, I guess maybe a couple hours before you guys. But I saw the text start rolling in.
I don't care for this.
I don't either. I don't like this
Although
either.
I guess we should be thankful that he's blocked so many, swatted away so many
We're
things.
getting to a point where I can't. Some things I try, but
there's no protecting us.
I just know. And I always tell people, well, they're just going to have to change with it. They're just going to have to deal with it. And I said, no.
No, you don't understand.
No, you don't understand. They don't do that.
We don't. We can't. And here's what I thought of. It's because I think now they're making us enter all the information. Like when Biggie used to work at Papa John's Pizza, somebody call in a pizza and they say, I want everything except olives. And the pizza comes out with olives, there's a big dispute. Oh, you didn't say on the phone. Then when it became mostly online ordering, when people say, I said no olives, Biggie could just turn the computer to him and say, you typed it, Hoss. You typed in olives.
I have a coffee mug in here that says that on it. It's my favorite saying.
Yeah.
You typed it, Hoss.
You typed it. There's Biggie's coffee.
Hold it up for the cameras.
You typed it, Hoss. That's right. I think this is, if there's a problem now with payroll, with stuff in the computer, they're just going to say, well, you typed it, Hoss.
Yeah.
We didn't have anything to do with it. Psst, out of our hands.
That's my fault. You put in 24 instead of 240.
That's right.
It's not mine. You can't type.
Out of our hands. And I just said, oh, man, that made me seethe. All day yesterday, I was seething. I cannot tell you. And all those things and we don't do them, never have done them. And look what happens right there. And incidentally, I still call in my pizzas. Okay,
I know you do. You're one of the few.
That's you're the 1%er.
I think when the phone rings, they always go, "What?" That's got to be a wrong number. I mean, they can't believe that the phone has rung, and they try to get you to go online and all that.
Yeah.
Well, here's something you don't know. This is interesting too. What this is a payroll issue. It's about payment, and every month they used to take care of this. So what you don't know is that Ricky, who's in charge up there, sends to me and to everyone, here's how much you made in payroll this week. Here's some, this. Yeah. Once a month you get that email. Well, he was sending that to me and to Barry yesterday. Barry's new in charge of payroll. But instead, he accidentally typed in Barrett instead of Barry with all my personal pertinent information. Well, Barrett is better known as BB Shea.
That should make his Friday rap a whole lot more interesting. So I may actually tune in.
Right. So all that personal information.
So he sees what you make a month.
That's right. So
that fell into the wrong hands, as they say.
That's right.
It wasn't a hack, just a glitch.
And I noticed this, and I texted Ricky to say, you realize you just sent a bunch of payroll information about me to BB Shea. And he wrote back and said, I sure did.
I'm sure he won't say anything, though. I make more in 2 months than BB Shea makes in a year. And you don't think he's going to say anything?
Right there, I just was. I mean, I was red in the face.
Yeah.
I was red in the face. I was so mad.
I'm now embarrassed of how much money I make. And I never thought that would happen.
My wife said, something's wrong with you. I didn't want to tell her. I didn't want to tell her what was
compromised.
Yes, I was compromised. And she said, do you want to call the pool guy about getting a pool? And I said, not right now.
Not today.
Not right now.
It's Amazon Prime Day. What do you want?
Yes.
I've ticked off a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
meanwhile, BB Shea's sweating in his non-air conditioned home.
That's right. Working strip clubs until 2 a.m. on Saturday just to make ends meet.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So that was what was going on yesterday.
Oh, should I get a pool or not? BB Shea, should I get a pool?
And I thought the same thing. Man, his rap is.
Should I go 0 degree entry?
I know it's the preferred way now, but I don't know if I love the look.
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe what was going on with Paytown. It's just me griping. It's just us griping about moving into the future. They say embrace it. Always say current. It's difficult. It's difficult.
That's going to make it harder and harder for you as you try to reach your goal, Kelly, of living to be 100.
Oh man, tell me about it.
Because every new curveball, every change is a curveball that you have to
brutal.
roll with.
It is brutal.
I've tried to get as much info as I can for you all to help make this easier.
Well, thank you, Biggie.
Appreciate that. We're going to try. We're going to do the best we can with this. But yesterday was a bad start. I'll just say that.
Yeah. I expect hiccups along the way.
I think so too. I think there will be hiccups. Most of the time, I have to have Barry or whoever's in a position come and hover over me to watch as what I do, and then type it in for me and all.
And
that
Barry
stuff.
has offered to do that to make sure.
Yeah.
So
and then, yesterday I told you I had a computer issue on that I couldn't find an attachment, and I said I got to go get Drew on this. Drew's our engineer, and so as the show ended, we went back there. I said, Drew, get in here, take a look at this. And Chris Demm said, it'll be there when you pull it up. The attachment will be there. So Drew goes, clickety, click, click. And he's like, there it is right there. I mean, it took him
4.5 minutes?
Yeah, I'd say. And I said, man, Drew, you just saved the day. And he said, can I come to your Super Bowl party? And I said, no, Drew.
No. Can I swim in your pool?
No.
Drew, have you seen my paycheck?
Everyone else has.
BB Shea has.
Wow. I wonder if that's zipping around the building.
You know it is.
Oh, I'm sure.
A forward.
I was just like, oh, God.
Have y'all seen this?
I ain't seen a check with that many zeros ever in my life.
That's what's going to happen.
We can't have a hot dog weenie roast on the 4th of July.
No.